Shows and my words are there, so.
He's a good man. Okay, now I'd like to hand you over to Frank.
Natural situations. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, that is what life is about. That is what is important about life, brother. That is why we must be very careful.
You made me appreciate my life. I did have a bunch of questions for you, but to be honest, I've got a feeling it's not going to go that way somehow.
Now you gotta give me the questions, man. I told you to keep studying that thing, man. Don't come up in and just like not have any questions.
Okay, I apologise. Babar, thank you very much for coming on the show. We appreciate you coming down.
Thank you very much for having us. Assalamu alaikum. And I do feel that the force, whatever you want to call it, was here today.
It's been a good night, isn't it? I've personally very much enjoyed myself.
And I like the fact that you do what you do, and it's subversive, and it's intelligent, and it's wise, and it's trying to promote positivity and creativity like you just did, my brother.
That's touching my... This place, the LFD itself, it's run by a guy called Jeff, out of a band called Jevera. And he basically lives here, but he's trying to get basically creative people to come here. So he very much appreciates you coming. For people that don't know Babar used to be in King Prawn.
Yes, I did used to be in King Prawn 4 years ago. And now I'm continuing my quest to bring unity upon this world and one love and a passive, non-violent movement to be created for the next generation. Now I've been in many houses. I've got my 4th CD out, but I won't bore you with my product, but you should check me out because my product is Class A product.
You do look like you may have taken in some Class A products early in the evening, but that's your natural way, yeah?
That is my natural way. Actually, you know, there's children who grow up in very young places, and there's people all over the world, yeah?
Yeah.
There's certain children, you know, when they're young, they run around the sofa like, ah! And they're little, and they're naturally high. It's like, and people nowadays with the modernism and all that, they want to take them to the psychologist and all that. Why leave them with the psychologist? You need a psychologist. That's an inspiration, man. You gotta let them kids be and just let them run.
I mean, some of them, the inspiration is to just go throw a football at your car. But I do know what you're saying. It's the energy.
But materialism will not bring you happiness, nor will money, brothers and sisters, and that's the truth.
That's a good lesson. So since King Prawn, you've been touring on your own. Has that scared the shit out of you at any point, or have you've been loving it?
I love it to bits, and I genuinely enjoy it, and I'm always happy to collaborate and work with all fields, like whether it's hip-hop, reggae, rock, and world music. World music is a terrible term, but that's the music, African, Asian, Chinese. It's a terrible term. For me, it's always been the music you like and the music you don't like. So I write qawwalis for modern times, which is like religious hymns for the next generation. Like qawwali, that's a religious hymn that is sung in mosques. And like, you know, like going to church and you have hymns, and you sing songs. And that's like qawwalis are sung for days and days, and they get into meditation, they get deep. And it's all about positivity and creativity and just trying to talk to the divine force and please forgive me. And as my brethren said, who's an atheist, he said that is the last refuge of the scoundrel is religion. And now maybe I agree with him or maybe I not agree with him, but in the end your actions will be judged, and that is all it's about.
You're a religious man yourself then?
I am a man of faith, otherwise I would not talk the way I do. But my faith was, and this is what I tell people this, I met all the houses, I've been in all the houses all my life. I've been from the highest to the lowest, and I'm telling you, doesn't matter where you are, it's nice to be nice. That's the oldest religion in the world. Respect me and I'll respect you. So we're strictly old school, and we believe in these old-fashioned, old school rules that your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents must have told you.
I never spoke to my great-great-great-grandparents, but
you can link,
if
man.
I did,
you can link up there. You can link up.
I've got to learn that skill off you.
You can link up with them. Link up. Slap to the back of the head.
Through the music. Are you a big thinker?
I don't know. And again, it's like you know, if you know, there's a lot of people I hung about with. I was like a Jamaican Stani, an English Stani, an American Stani. And when I grew up, I hung around a lot of people, and I heard a lot of wisdom and overseeing things and trying to get things right. And all the houses that I belonged to, and all the people, they taught me the same thing. Only love will save us. Nothing else will save us, Brother G. Only love will save us. And that ain't no hippie thing, that ain't no soft thing. That's the most hardcore thing in the world. When you're truly hardcore, you love all the people all the time. And it's what we do. We try and show people through pacifism, through communication, for the next generation I'm thinking about. I'm talking about your kids. When they have kids, I don't want them to be growing up like we grew up. I don't want them to be suffering with all the things we suffered. You know what I mean? Simple truths, simple music for simple people. Like you, Jack.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm a simple person. I appreciate that.
Keep it simple, man. Concentrate what's underneath your feet than what's up in the sky. That was another truth told to me. Concentrate what's underneath your feet. Look after your people and love your people. Don't worry about what they're.
I must say, I just love the way that you speak, mate, to be honest with you. You've got very, very positive output on life, and I really appreciate that. Do you think that to me, like you, on a personal level, you spoke to me, and I've been listening to what you've been saying, and I've really taken it into account. Do you think that through playing to people, that you will necessarily be able to convey that? Do you think that music is a good way of conveying?
Music, you gotta use what you gotta use. Whether you work in the office and where you doing a home drum job, it don't matter. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you feel it, you do it. Every person's got to do what they can do. Now, if your gift is to communicate to people, that's my job now. That was chosen to me because I'm a fool. I'm 100% fool. That's why when you look into my eyes, you'll see that.
I just see nothing but
foolishness. So in the end, when you're 100% fool, you go focus on something, and music is a tool that I use to unify. And that's how it always was. And I always wanted to work with people who think like me and do like me. Because in the end, music is one thing that is listened to the people who are disenfranchised. Music is the one thing that's listened to the underbelly of society. Music is the one thing that is listened to the people who are voiceless, for immigrants, for economic migrants, for people from morning to night who have to struggle, but they like music. Music is something that's an oral tradition. It's not a literal tradition. It's not about reading no books. I didn't learn this from no books.
No, I could tell, man. Because they make some quite fucked up books. They'd have a good moral at the end of the story.
There's beautiful books, and books are to be read and to be enjoyed. But the word and the action, that must be it. And the head and the heart.
So do you have a day job?
I could never work. Music is my day job. Music is 24/7. I tell them young bloods, right? If you're not practicing and playing music or doing art, whatever artistic field you're in, at least 5-6 hours a day, you might as well get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So you say all your time is creative then?
All my time is creative and meditative.
Meditative.
And man must learn to sit down in silence and be with oneself.
Is that anything to do with the weed?
That ain't nothing to do with nothing, brother.
Nah.
That ain't nothing to do with nothing. Believe me.
Would you say that it helps?
That ain't nothing to do with nothing. That's just all I would say, because a lot of people will see this and they'll think it's this way. But I was this way long before I smoked. I was this way. I was sitting in a room in silence, and that's what it's about.
It's an option, not a necessity.
It is that. Everything in life is an option.
I think we are called to go to Frank Turner. Babar, man, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, man.
Respect.
I would like to speak to you a lot more another time.
And we will do, brother.
And I think that most people would.
Off camera.
Yeah. Are you gigging a lot at the moment?
I'm always gigging. I'm playing around. Check my www.babarluck.com. Check it out. And all my concerts and shows and my words are there. So
he's a good man. Okay, now I'd like to hand you over to Frank.